Okay, so this is a Google Flow Music, a new AI platform from Google that you can use to generate a piece of music from a prompt. It is essentially vibe coding, except you are generating music. So it is vibe singing or vibe music, I suppose. But anyway, one feature that I do really like on the Google Flow Music platform is you can easily and quickly modify or remix the audio that was created in this platform. So I'm talking about perhaps replacing the vocal from female to male or vice versa. You can also change the tempo, the key, instruments, or perhaps just replace a certain section of the audio, or you might want to just replace the whole music into a different genre. Those are some possibilities that you can apply when you are remixing music using this platform. So in this video, I'm going to show you a few things that you can do with the remixing features in Google Flow Music. Now, if you are new to Flow Music, I do recommend to watch my previous video on how you can use this platform to start generating some songs or even instrumentals with a simple prompt. You can check this video. And by the way, again, if you're new, I actually have a referral link in the description below, so you can get extra bonus 500 credits that will give you enough quota to try out various things in this platform. Now, here, to remix a piece of music, you can, of course, you need to generate the audio first, and I'm not going to explain that, but basically after that, right here, you can click this menu icon, and then you can select remix, and you'll see some options. So there is start session, replace, extend, use prompt, variation, and trim. So those are the menus that are available under the remix menu. And basically, I do recommend to click this button that says Start Session. Now, you can, of course, do the remixing in the same chat window, but one good reason why you might want to start a new session is that it will bring that music into a new session, into a new chat window. So the original chat is still remains intact, and in case you want to do something else, you can still do that. It is still in the original state. So I'll just use a new session, and this is the new chat window, and I think I'm kind of free making some changes of this audio. Now, right here, let me just close this. This is not necessary. Now, if you open the remix menu again, you'll see that there are some other things that we can do. So let's start with something that's simple, which is replacing a section of the music. Now, I guess let me just play the audio first. I guess I'm going to replace a section, the beginning section of this audio, and that's the part that I'm going to modify. Okay, so let's say I'm going to replace that section, and you can describe it. So here you can just use a plain English to describe about the changes that you want to make. Let's say I want the intro to be more energetic. And also, it is quite possible to modify the lyrics, but in this case, the intro has no lyrics. It is only just some instrumental, so this doesn't apply to me. But if you want to replace a word or a sentence in the song, then you can remove or change that via this menu. Now, here, if you open the source lyrics, okay, this is again much more relevant if you are planning to replace the lyrics. And in the advanced section, it is where you can specify the seed number, but I think this is not very important. It is mostly for very, very advanced users, so I'm not going to talk about that. And here in the details, you can see that you have the option to replace the cover art, but I'm not going to do that because we just want to focus on the music remixing. So after you click the generate button, it will start creating a remix version of that audio. Again, the original audio is still there. It's not going to be deleted, so you still have the option to remix that version again, perhaps in the future. Anyway, this might take quite a while, so I'll just skip a while and I'll show you the result and also the other things that you can do. Okay, it is done. So it just modified or replaced the first 16 seconds of this audio. Now, before I show you the result, let me just play the original audio one more time. Okay, that's pretty good, but I want to make it to be more energetic. So this is the result. Yeah, I would say it is more energetic. So it is able to modify only that section. Now let's move on with the other things that you can do. So I can modify this remix music. I'm going to perhaps extend the duration of the song. So at the moment, I think the maximum that you can get is 5 minutes audio. So let's say here the original audio is only 2 minutes something, and then I can extend that to 4 minutes. But I think there is a limit, like you can extend it even more. So yeah, the theoretical limit here is 5 minutes, and you can choose where you want to extend the duration. You can extend from the very end, or you can also extend maybe somewhere in the middle of the song. And also, it is quite possible to extend the audio into different lyrics or a different style or a different mood. So let's say, please extend this song into disco. Okay, it is from R&B into disco. That's going to be quite interesting. And again, I'm going to ignore these other settings down below, and I'll just start generating the extended version of this music. All right, so it has extended the audio. Remember, the original song was in the Motown genre, and then the end or the other half is disco. So let me just give you a preview of the result.
Just a look from your eyes brought the blue to the skies. World spun round, sweetest love that I ever. Temperature climbed.
So it is smoothly transition from Motown, which is kind of soft, into disco that is a little more energetic, and I would say it is very, very natural. It sounds really, really good. It blends nicely. Now let's move on with the other remixing feature that you can try. So we have tried replace, extend, and we can also use this is called use prompt. Now this is not exactly remixing. This is more like getting the prompt that was used to generate that piece of music. And here in this case, if I click this button for this particular audio, nothing happens because it already opened. So this is the prompt that I got. But if I click the use prompt menu again on this song, I will get this. So this is the lyrics that was used, and also the prompt that was used to generate that particular audio. And you can use this for a reference, for creating perhaps another piece of music. So that is not exactly remixing. It's more like some info that you can access. Now let me try the other option, which is variation. Now this is very straightforward. When you click that button, then it will just generate the other variation of that song, and there is no input at all. It's just telling AI that, hey, I want to get another variation. Now there is one big elephant in the room that I haven't talked about, which is this chat area. So yeah, technically you don't have to open this all the time, because you can just describe the changes that you want to make for that song. And in fact, there are also some suggestions from AI that you can use. So these are actually some suggestions based on the analysis from AI, and perhaps some things that you can do. So yeah, I'm going to use that feature later, but for now let's just explore other things in this menu. Okay, so lastly we got a trim, and that one is very interesting. I'll talk about it later. Okay, just wait until this one is finished. Okay, so this is the variation that was created by AI. Let me just give you a quick preview. Yep, that's quite decent, but perhaps the downside of using that menu, the variation menu, is you have no control. It is just telling AI to make a variation, and regarding the details, it's up to the AI model to decide. Now, let's talk about the last menu, which is trim. So you can reduce the duration of the audio, but this is not something that I was imagining, because I thought that let's say the duration was 5 minutes and then we want to make it into 4 minutes, and then AI will automatically just make the audio to feel like it was intended to be 4 minutes. But in reality, it wasn't. It actually will just abruptly end the song at 4 minutes, even though maybe the vocal is still singing in the middle of something, but then it just stopped. And yeah, I think that's not the type of thing that you want to do very often. I mean, there are some use cases, there are some situations where you might want to trim the audio, but in this case, it's just a classic duration reduction, and there is no AI involved, I believe. And also the loop button here seems to be not doing anything. Okay, okay, there you go. So you should be able to see this, and you can play around and choose where you want to start or end the music. And the loop button, I don't really understand it. Maybe someone who have been playing around with this tool a lot, you can tell me what this button does, because I thought that it's going to make the audio to be looping, but it wasn't the case, so I'm not quite sure why. Now let's just edit or remix the music using this, because it is more natural. It is the way flow music was intended to be used. So I'll just use this song again, the original version. I'll start a new session, and I'm going to upload a piece of music, and I'll do something that's very interesting here. Okay, let me just upload the audio. And now, just to give you a preview, this is what it sounds.
Move your feet, let the sun shine down. Spend it. Drink to the good life.
So it is a sort of West African pop music, and I want to fuse this music with this one together. But prompting is also very important. You don't want to just tell AI, hey, please fuse the music, because what will happen if you just use a simple prompt like that is AI will just overlap one music with another and it sounds gibberish. So make sure that you are using a descriptive prompt. Okay, let me try this. Please fuse this music with that music naturally, and I want it to sound good, but I want the Motown genre to be more prominent, and also you can keep the original lyric in the Motown song. Okay, that's kind of sloppy, but that should be good enough. Okay, let me just specify the name. Okay, now I'm going to, let me just check the settings, Lyria 3, Ghostwriter Pro, and Producer Standard. Okay, let me just send the query and let's see how it goes. Okay, so this is the result. Let me just give you a quick preview of the fusion between those two songs.
Ooh, here she comes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ceiling open, the rain just stopped. Temperature climbed.
Yeah, I can see that this is definitely not a single song anymore. This is really a remix for combining these two songs together into one. And I think AI just did a great job at doing so. And yeah, that concludes all the things that you can do with the remix feature in Google Flow Music. And of course, what I just showed you is just some examples that you can do with this feature. And of course, if you are an expert or you are a music producer, I think you can do even more than these examples. But I hope this video gives you some general overview about how you can use the remix feature in Google Flow Music. And if you want to see other cool things that you can do with AI, then check out this video and I'll see you there.